The following footage has been taken from my heygo.com/MissKendalJames tours. This video is from a series of surprise tours. These are usually created at the last minute, which often means that they had intimate groups of 8 to 35 viewers watching live. It also means that I'm usually in the moment or on holiday and just felt that a unique moment should be shared. Please enjoy. Follow me on Heygo and click the link in the description to join me on these kinds of tours live. Huh? It's okay. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, but more will come. And who cares? It can be just for Lisa. Maybe others will join. There's nothing else on Heygo right now. I think it's an empty slot. I'll just show Lisa these bits over here. You must be sleepy. Hi, Cheryl. Hi. On Facebook is Kandrama. Yeah, so lovely, right? Cicadas. And many birds and things. So loud. So we're in this really strange location right now. It's pretty cool. I'm going to kind of start the tour. Doing these surprise tours is a bit difficult to work out when to properly start them because we are arriving at the spots. We haven't gone inside the building, but I'll just the area. We're in the forest. I'll just say hi, everybody. My name's Kendall. I'm here in Hokkaido with my boyfriend. That's in Japan. So I've lived in Japan for 2.5 years, and we're on a holiday adventure road trip for 3 days, 2 nights. We were in Sapporo yesterday, and now we're in Furano. It's amazing. There's just countryside absolutely everywhere. And in the distance, there's just snowy mountains, but the temperature is 24 degrees or so. So yeah, it's just amazing amounts of green foliage, blue skies, and then snowy looking mountains. You can hear many creatures all around me. I'm not using my microphone because there's no wind right now, okay? But I'm just going to give you a little tour. We're in this old movie set location for a TV drama that was called Kita no Kuni Kara, which means from the North Country. And it's from the 1980s. You could probably get a little feeling of that. But basically it's a cabin in the woods style story with a family that lived out here. My boyfriend doesn't know it too well, but he does know enough to know the theme tune. So, I mean, it came out before we were born. We're at 1988 and 1999. But in Hokkaido, it snows so much. This is one of the not snowy months out of only about five months where it doesn't snow. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I believe this is where it was actually filmed. So it's been kept as like a museum-like site. So I think the cabin is left as this kind of TV set. It costs 500 yen to get in here, or 300 for a child. That's about $4.50 in American money, or £3.50 in British money. There's some stamps over there. Can I get some stamps? Yeah, after. So this is the tourist information area. There's not really anybody here right now. There's only a few cars parked. It's called a Rokugo forest. This entrance. The insect sounds are wonderful. So I hope you get a peaceful experience. Only showing 2 people viewing, but I don't mind. Rokugo. Sounds like Rakugo, which is a type of comedy in Japan, but it's Rokugo or Rokugo. It sounds a bit like an L. So let's get some cute foresty postcards and see what this drama was all about. I read up a little bit about it as we were in the car coming over. But just listen to the sounds. I think it's worth it for the sounds. It's like a museum, I think. There's not much out here, but yeah, nice light. Is it the original cabin? Yeah. Hi, Tracy. So the drama took place here in Toronto, and a family moved here. But there's children and adults in the family, but apparently the parents went through divorce. So there's lots of trials and tribulations of the family going through divorce. I think this is the main house, the log cabin. And their life happened in here. I've got my pocket Wi-Fi, but the signal's going to change a little bit sometimes. So I hope you can still hear my voice, even if the picture goes a bit choppy. And there's basically nothing out here. Yeah, it was really, really rustic. So part of the challenges that they went through was just trying to live in this incredibly snowy environment in the mountains of Hokkaido. And this is a 84. I'll come back in here after for people that join in late. Hi, everybody just coming in. We're in a lovely forest area, but we're just checking out the cabin that featured in a Japanese drama from the 1980s called Kita no Kuni Kara, which means from the North Country. And the set of the drama has now been turned into a very understated little point of interest for tourism in the area. So the family had to try and work out how to live in this environment where the weather conditions are just less than ideal. And I was reading online just now that they even managed to build a lighthouse. They built a lighthouse so that they could have some electricity. Hi everyone, thanks for coming. Here's our little kitchen. I've set the tour for 20 minutes and it's not officially started yet, but I guess I'll sort of run through it 2 times as I walk around for people that come in a bit later. With these surprise tours, I'm not really sure what time to do it. So it looks like a bit of a time capsule here. You might even recognize some brands. And you might recognize some things. My grandma had a box like this, a sewing box. There's no sign that I'm not meant to touch. Let's take a little look. Yeah, nostalgic, this red viscose. Even more nostalgic, this sewing box here. Little electric iron. I love this ladder going up to the mini mezzanine. I think maybe the futons would have been put up there. Futons for sleeping on. They've just left some nostalgic things that would have been around in that period. Yeah, really cool. It's also cool that there's not any no touching signs. So I've just picked up a few things. These are important products in Japan. This is wasabi, which is Japanese horseradish. This is like pickled ginger. Ooh, they eat that just as it is, just raw, by the way. Honey, soy sauce, sake, mirin. Mirin is rice wine. There's a gas stove. This kitchen is bigger than mine, way bigger than mine. I live in Shiga. It's much bigger than mine. It's an actual kitchen. I don't have a kitchen. Hi everyone. We're on an old 1980s film set, well, a drama set, which is pretty exciting. Well, I hope you think so. Either way, I hope that you get a nice little slice of life of rustic mountainside Japan from 1980. Let's go outside and look at the forest again in just a second. But thanks for coming on my surprise tour. Let me just send you a picture. So I'm going to load. So I'm going to 3 locations today. I hope you can catch me at them. Sorry if that uses up a lot of your screen. They might have changed it a little bit so it doesn't use up so much of the screen. But let's take a look outside again and I'll come back in here after. I want everyone to hear the amazing insects outside. They're so loud. Sorry if the signal changes a bit, but it is very good when I'm outside. So I'm going to 3 locations today. One now, in about 2 hours, a beautiful lake. I'll try and keep it before Eriko's tour at 5 o'clock, but I'm sorry if you have to watch both at the same time. It's quite a big cabin. I'd be very happy with a house that big. Can you hear the insects and birds? Mostly cicadas though. They are so loud. I can hear them outside my house in Japan. It's crazy, outside my apartment. So apartment blocks in Japan are called mansions, actually. So when I got to Japan, I was able to call my mum and say, I live in a mansion now. But in English, that's quite funny. So just a little forest walk. It's very rustic out here, but the weather is perfect. Here's my boyfriend. Throwing pine cone. Is this an offering? Does it mean you love me? She's throwing these long pine cones at me. I've never seen them long. Is it a pine cone? I think so. Looks like a squirrel tail. Let's get a focus. I don't know why it focuses sometimes and not others. There we go. Okay. The tour has officially started. I've already done a pre-start hello to everybody, but thanks very much for popping in for this little surprise tour. We're just in this lovely forest area. My boyfriend is being very sweet and examining the underside of giant leaves. Maybe Totoro lives there. Are they strong? Wow, very strong. They look like lily pads. And they're spinning. What's the Japanese name?
Hasu.
Hasu. Ah, that's like the ice cream we ate. Hasu just means leaf, actually. We ate Hasu ice cream, but it just means leaf ice cream, I think. So we're in Furano in Hokkaido. Hokkaido is the northernmost island of Japan and the largest island that isn't the main island. The main island is called Honshu. and me and my boyfriend on a little road trip holiday. We flew here yesterday and we're just hanging out for 3 days, 2 nights. And we've just come to Rokugo Forest, which is where a drama from the 1980s called Kita no Kuni Kara was filmed. So this is only going to be green from about the end of April until October. In Hokkaido, it snows so much. They spend most of their year in snow. And as we were driving around just now, we experienced seeing absolutely stunning, massive mountains in the distance. Most of the mountains in Hokkaido are 1,300 meters tall. So this drama was set in the forest here, in this area, with a family that came out here to live. We'll go back in the cabin just after, but I'll just show you around out here. So the whole filming set for the drama has basically been left as a kind of museum. Amazingly, there's not actually signs around that say don't touch. So you could, I guess, start picking things up if you like. That's how my British mind works anyway. If you don't tell me I'm not allowed to do it, then I assume I'm allowed to do it. Unless there's some clear unspoken rule. So the family lived out here. There was lots of children in the family too. But I just read that the youngest girl was called Hotaru, which is really sweet because Hotaru is the name for the word for firefly here in Japan. I'm going to do my best to see if I can run you a firefly tour in a week and a half. So look, this I think it's a storehouse. Oh, it's a little museum in here too. It's been built on rocks. I guess that was for drainage because of the snow and because of the rain that you can get here in Hokkaido. The sound is so wonderful. It is wonderful, but it gets quite oppressive if you hear it all the time. There's one tree outside my apartment in Shiga, and apparently it's got all of the cicadas in Japan in it because it's louder than the train station that is outside my apartment. And hearing cicadas from April until November is a bit much. And the size of cicadas here in Japan is much bigger than ones you're probably used to where you came from. Where you live. A new friend just arrived from, I say new friend, it's a new teacher, so to be new friend from South Africa. And she said, oh, cicadas, they're fine. And I said, how big do you think cicadas are? She showed me on her hand and I said, yeah, triple it. That's a Japanese cicada. One nearly fell on my head last year. Quite the scream as I was leaving a voice note to friends. Basically, it fell on the ground in front of me with a big plop. Some people are just about to check out this building, so I'll just give them a second. Yeah, sorry. So when I'm walking around in Moriyama, where I live, it sounds like electric wires that have broken. So people are in here looking around, but I want to take you in as well. I guess this might be where they kept some animals or something. So I might take you in just to look silently, okay? And then when the other people leave, I'll tell you what I'm looking at. The signal might change a bit as I go in, okay? 1 second, I'll just get you a couple of rustic postcards out here first. Ah, this would have been their bathtub. Have you seen a round bathtub in Studio Ghibli movies like Totoro, the family all shared it together. So they would light a fire underneath this. And the whole family used the same bathtub. I'll show you again after. There's a chance to go inside now, so I'm going to take it. Sorry if the signal changes a bit. I've got my pocket Wi-Fi with me though. So we're basically looking around a kept film set from the 1980s, which also shows what life would have been like in Japan. So I guess there was 2 houses in the area. There might have been a couple more because they had a few neighbors. And you see there's a pipe here leading to the outside. That's where all of the heat and steam would have risen from this kettle. And you would light this inside, put loads of coals and things inside. Let me show you. I guess they would have put wood. There would have been plenty of wood around inside there to make hot water and rice. And here's some little views. This looks a bit like Stranger Things. So the family had to battle the weather conditions, their changing family lifestyle. So this girl was called Hotaru, like firefly. And their family was changing because the parents got divorced. So yeah, it's definitely got 1980s feel. You can see the snow in the background. Sorry, I'll try and get you pictures without reflections. So apparently the TV show, the drama, was kind of a slow pace, I guess like a lot of dramas did back then. And look, it looks like they worked out how to fix and run bicycles by themselves and use bicycles to generate electricity. So I guess they must have had quite a lot of adventures. So I read as well, just while we were on our way over here, that the family built a windmill so that they could generate electricity. Some of these things are very nostalgic. I remember my grandparents having something like this to keep letters in. And these clocks. Let me get you a portrait shot here. So 3, 2, 1. There we go. 3, 2, 1. I guess these little bits of paper would be helping to keep the draft out. I don't know how much of this is common sense or my background in architecture and interior design, or my personal background in being poor when I was younger. But it all helps. Let me get you another portrait shot just here. I love dolls' houses and things, so I quite like these little scenes. One moment. 3, 2, 1. And 3, 2, 1. Little wash basin. Yeah, me too. Me too. So thanks for coming with me to this little tour. I'll keep showing you around the house, and then for those that weren't here in the beginning, I know there's only a few of you here, but I'll take you back to that cabin. Still want to do the best I can, even for just a few people. Ah, lovely. Is that how I know Minnesota? Like how I knew it long before? Because I used to watch Little House on the Prairie. I didn't know it was set in Minnesota though. Oh, really? How interesting. So I lived in Portsmouth in the UK for 12 years. I'm 32 now. Can't walk on this bit. It says take your shoes off, and I've got my hiking shoes on, so it's a bit inconvenient. So take off your shoes. And finally a don't touch sign. Portsmouth is where Charles Dickens was born, so you can go to Charles Dickens's house. I think he was only there until he was 2, but yeah, we'll take that claim to fame. Any good drama has got love unfolding, right? Yeah, so I'll take you to Dickens's house one day. Anyone that wants to meet me in the UK for a look around. And then I'm from Bristol. Bristol is the same place Heygo is from. Bristol's got a lot of quirky people, a lot of creative people, and a lot of environmentally conscious people. But it's also where the street artist Banksy is from. So let me just walk you back to the other cabin. Just for those that missed the very beginning pre-tour, I'll just walk you around that. And then maybe my boyfriend won't mind me coming back to get my own pictures. We'll get our 500 yens worth. But it's nice out here. Just small, just a little small tour, but hopefully I can use it to promote the fact that I'll do another tour in anything between the next hour and a half and 2.5 hours. I'm hoping it doesn't collide with Eriko's tour. I'm sorry if it does, but it's this wonderful blue lake, and it might be coming into golden hour at that time. And then 2 hours after that, around 2 hours after that, we're going to this amazing artisan village that's got loads of modern cabins that looks really nice. It looks like it looks really nice when it's lit up at night. So we should be there for our 7 p.m. So I'm very excited for that. And then there's a bottle of local wine waiting for me at the hotel. I'm part of a website, hotels.com. And every time you stay in hotels, you can collect stamps and things to get a free stay every 10 stays. Because of coronavirus, I've managed to get lots of cheap stays in Osaka and Kyoto. But it means that I'm a silver member now, which means that apparently I get a free bottle of wine. And Furano has got loads of vineyards in the area, so it's going to be local wine, which makes me more excited. Anything handmade makes my heart beat faster. So here's the cabin they lived in too. So thanks everyone for being here. I'm just going to take anyone who missed the beginning part. There was a kind of pre-tour walking around this cabin. I'm going to take you around again. My name's Kendall. I've got a couple more nice surprise tours coming up later today. I'm sorry I can't put a proper time in advance, but please hit notifications on this surprise tour listing. I'm not gonna change it. I'm not gonna make new ones. Here's a little map of the places we're going and the names so you can check them out online. Here's me. I'm an artist living in Japan. So you can check out my website, my own art and other things. So that's MissKendalJames on basically anything. You can follow me on Instagram and see the stories of my adventure if you like. And sorry to fill up your screen, but I'll just show you. Here's 2 places we went to yesterday on the surprise tours. This beautiful lake and this, the largest source of hot spring water in the whole of Japan, and it's called Hell's Valley. So trust me, I'll show you some nice things. Last night's tour didn't go quite so well. We tried to get a view of the city, but it was misty. Really, really misty, spookily so. Anyway, let's get a few more postcards just for anybody who's just popped in. Thank you. And me and my boyfriend got pretend married, so that was cute. With the bell that bound us together forever. So this forestscape area is called Rokugo. And it's where the 1980s drama, Japanese drama, Kita no Kuni Kara, Itano Kuni Kara was filmed. That means from the North Country. And I guess that's what people in Hokkaido would say about themselves, the northernmost island of Japan. Sorry about the signal in here. I hope it's not too choppy. But it's been left as a kind of time capsule. But really unceremoniously, I think. It's really just been left, which is quite cool, I think. Here we go. Here's the family. Let me get you another portrait shot just here. 3, 2, 1. And 3, 2, 1. Thanks for those of you that stuck by to check this out. It's not a very popular time slot. There's no one else filling it right now because it's not a very good time for European people, and I guess it's an inconvenient part of the day for people in Asia and Australia. But if some of you just found me, please give me a follow. If you want to help me get some more, traction for this surprise series that I'll be doing a couple more of today and hopefully a couple tomorrow too, then please leave me a nice review. It'll really help. So if you don't have money for a tip or anything, or don't think it was tip worthy, if you'd leave me a nice review, it would help other people come along, and that could help me out as well. But either way, it's my pleasure to share my road trip holiday with you. So thanks for coming. I'm sure they had many a campfire. This would have been a rare occasion in the summer where they could enjoy the time outside. But yeah, Hokkaido is so cold normally. I'll just show you these bits here and then I'll pop outside to say goodbye. I'll just go portrait mode here. Okay, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Signal's a bit better outside, so I'll just come outside to thank you guys. Yeah, sorry the signal's so much better outside than it is inside, but I hope you got some nice postcards. Just a few of you, but thank you so much for spending the time with me. And Lisa, thanks for engaging with me. If anyone else is just having a secret little look, that's fine. Lisa, it was great to show you around, and I look forward to seeing you later. Have a good sleep. Have a good nap. Bye. I hope you think it was worth it. I do, but I just love anything people do and make and have. So, yeah. All right. See you. Bye, everybody. Wow, bang on time. 20 minutes. Sorry, Francis, just leaving. We just finished a 20-minute tour of this lovely area. But Francis, please check me out. I'm going to... So sorry, Francis and Nat, you've just joined in. Here's a couple of details to find out more information about me. I'm going to a couple more locations later today, so please check that out. But sorry, just saying goodbye on this tour now. We just did 20 minutes in this really interesting location of a drama. Sorry, everybody. See you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. Check out linktr.ee/MissKendalJames to support me and see what else I make.